Hello, my name is Thea, and today I will be discussing the trip to Hawaii my dad and I took last winter. We toured the island of Oahu, celebrated our birthdays, and had a great time bonding together. During our week in Honolulu, we got to see many amazing aspects of the island and its culture. Our trip was led by a tour guide who was a local in the area for almost 20 years. She took us and the rest of the group to historical sites, amazing restaurants, and beautiful treasured places of the island. We got to visit the Kualoa Ranch, which is the set of many famous shows and movies like Jurassic Park and Lost. We toured the Bishop Museum of Oahu History, the famous Ala Moana Center, the Honolulu Aquarium, and even a secret island. The secret island was a surprise from our tour guide, who had to take a ferry to get there. At the secret island was a beautiful beach with food and activities, such as taking a boat out to see sea turtles. We also got to see the Poliku Gardens, which was filled with many amazing plants native to Oahu, along with baby pineapple trees. We spent hours walking through the garden and looking at the beautiful plants and trees. Our tour guide helped us to have the best experience in Hawaii, taking us to spots unknown to tourists that we never would have been able to experience otherwise. Next, we got to celebrate my 19th birthday on the trip. During our vacation, I was lucky enough that it overlapped with my 19th birthday and that I was able to spend it with my dad in Hawaii. On the day of my birthday, our tour guide had the group sing happy birthday to me on the bus. This was the same day that we toured the Kualoa Ranch and the secret island, which was a great way for me to spend my birthday because it was one of my favorite days on the trip. After this, my dad and I went out to eat at the California Pizza Kitchen in the Ala Moana Mall after doing some birthday shopping for the both of us. My dad also bought me a cute hat that I had been looking at from a smoothie shop in our hotel. My dad and I's birthdays are very close, only 5 days apart. My dad's birthday was on the day that we were flying back home, so we were not able to do much to celebrate, but it was fun that we were able to have a shared birthday trip together, which was a great present for the both of us. Next, my dad and I had a great time together during our trip and bonded a lot. One of the restaurants my dad and I visited a lot during our trip was an udon noodle restaurant. We would usually take our orders outside and eat in the back while we watched pigeons that wanted to be fed. On one day of our trip, my dad and I skipped out on what the rest of the group was doing to snorkel in a special spot with sea turtles. We took a boat out into the ocean and stayed in the water looking down at the turtles and other beautiful fish until we got cold. We had so much fun in the water and my dad was able to take pictures on his GoPro. Another day, we left the group early to take a tour of the Kohana Distillers Brewery and got to see the process of how hops are grown and turned into beer. This was a very interesting tour that also included some of the area's history. I have always loved my dad's ability to find cool places and opportunities that no one else would have thought of. On the last full day of our trip, we stayed back from the group one more time to spend the day at the beach by our hotel. We had not yet had a lot of time to spend at the beach, which is our favorite part of tropical vacations. We spent most of the day in beach chairs in the sun, talking and having great conversations about so many things, along with many other times on our trip. This was my dad and I's first trip alone together, and I feel as though my dad and I got much closer on our trip because of this, and I am grateful for that. To conclude, my dad and I had an amazing time in Hawaii, touring the island, celebrating our birthdays, and spending quality time together. This trip together was a very important time to me and will be something I continue to look back on and think of very often and remember all the fun times we had together. This concludes my speech. Thank you.